Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coach Scott King here, and let's talk a little bit about ethics. Let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you're a DJ or in the wedding business industry or just a small business owner and you're looking to grow your business, service-based business, this is the channel for you. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, and any other button that may come up in the future. But welcome. Today, I want to talk a little bit about ethics. A little bit important today to talk about it because I got a text this morning and it was so random, right? It was like, "Oh, I can't do the event for you this Saturday." And a little bit of a backstory, like I called this person up. I said, "Hey, look, I got a gig. This is what it is. This is how many hours it is. This is the time, and this is the pay." "Oh yeah, I'm sure." I got the response. "Yeah, I can't wait to do it. That'd be great. I'd love to be added to the team." And this person has been looking to be on my King Entertainment event team for a couple years now. Like I've been getting phone calls. "Hey, you got any work for me? You got any work for me?" It just never really worked out. When I call them up, it didn't have any gigs, or maybe I had a hold and the hold fell through, whatever the case may be. Anyway, last week I was like, "Hey, I got this gig." He said yes. And I called him up, got everything agreed upon. And then all I needed was a W-9. So I said, "Hey, just send over the W-9." I sent him a blank one and, waited a couple days. And then out of the blue, I get this text, yeah, I can't do the gig on Saturday. Well, it's not the first time I've had to deal with something like this before, and I didn't even get a reason of why this person didn't want to do the gig or couldn't do the gig or whatever the case may be. So, I'll take this whole video down if I get a solid excuse, we'll call it. But it's not like this person's going to be working for the team anyway. And because I've had to deal with things like this in the past, I have checks and balances for everything. So it's not like it completely, hurt the company or anything, which it could have, But, me being who I am, I had double things backed up. And actually, since this was the first gig this guy was going to do for me, even though he come with a pretty good stack of resume, I was going to have somebody go out and shadow because it's the first time I was working with them. And now the person that was going to shadow is now doing the gig. So therefore, it didn't leave me high and dry. So whoever's out there, I made it. I'm going to be all right. Thanks for caring. But anyway, guys, let's talk a little bit about code and ethics. Now, it's important that when you're hiring on new staff, that you want to be completely upfront with them. I actually have a talent agreement, that this stuff that I sit down with everybody and go over, before we decide to add them to the team. And I have a certain way of running things, just like anybody else who has a certain way of running things. And then, what is that code and conduct? And it's great to write that stuff down so that you're, on the same level of the person that you're hiring, because, you have your standards and you're going to live by your standards as well. So, I have a little sheet here that covers all the different things that, I expect from the people that I hire. And if that's something that you'd like to even take a look at and alter, and I'll make sure to get you a link to that, or maybe I'll just leave the link inside the description, and then you can take it and alter it to something that works out best for you. Because when you hire new people, what are you expecting? And maybe they have a different idea of what the role entails, before they get into the trenches, as I like to call it. So once again, guys, make sure to go over all the expectations that you have for your employees when you're hiring them, so that even later down the line, like I have on my sheet that says a 2-hour call time, and let's say they show up an hour before, but you can always go back to this paper and be like, "Hey, look, you signed it." Like I actually sat down with somebody else, and it goes over dress code inside of the sheet. And you're probably thinking like, "Oh, why would you want to go over dress code?" Well, we went over it, and the person showed up in whitewashed jeans to a wedding. So even though you do go over this stuff, it doesn't mean they're going to listen to what you say, or even, oh, they might respond with, "Oh, you were serious about that?" Yeah, I mean, whitewashed jeans to a wedding. I mean, I'm glad you showed up, but there there are standards here. And also, you want to make sure that the people that you send out realize that they're representing you, and they're like an extension of you. I mean, it's your brand. You're going out and getting them the work, right? You're getting them, getting them work so that they can pay their bills. You want to continue to grow, and things of that nature. Also, I can just go over a few of the different things that we have on this sheet, like, handing out business cards. Okay, so when somebody goes out for me, I make sure they hand out my business cards, right? It's because I was the one that spent the money in the advertising to put them on that show, and any shows that come from that show, I would like to catch a break on the advertising dollar and just get an easy win every once in a while. So when people go out for me, they hand out um, my business card, and when people are growing their business, you would want, people to represent you the best way that they can, of course. And then also, maybe giving the people, some small tasks to see how well they handle those before you give them major responsibilities. Kind of like, showing up for an interview, right? Like if someone doesn't show up on time and, they're going to show up on time for the gig. Actually, every week I'm talking to like different people to see who I want to add to the team and see who, can go through the little trial course, right? So I had another guy. It was funny. We sat down and like, now this may seem a little petty, but at the same time we're looking at this like, what does that mean? So there was one time we sat down with somebody. He ordered a burger. The burger came out. It was raw or whatever, wasn't cooked right. So he sent it back, and the whole transaction was a little bit awkward. But I was like, yeah, whatever. And then she left that plate there and brought a whole new plate, and then he ends up eating both burgers. So, me and my colleague were like, well, what if he goes to an event and does something like that? It's something small, but still like weird and awkward. So, again, if you have these things written out, like, don't complain about the food when you're being paid to be an entertainer at a venue, that kind of thing. Make sure to show up, wearing proper clothing, showing up on time or early, that kind of thing. But again, you want these things written down. And guys, I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can download what I have and what I go over with my team. And then of course you can, alter it, for whatever works best for your company and your organization and what works within your market. So guys, once again, you guys are great. Code and ethics, do what you say what you mean. That's how you're going to be able to build your business, on a strong foundation. So you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will catch you on the next one. Got some gigs to do. Peace.